that it will not be possible for the Pope to receive that book from many survivors around the country who have been abused by clergy and religious, both in the diocese and in many of our children's institutions.
Julian, over to you. The point was being made here today that the Pope is being given a lot of status, a lot of respect when he visits here, and that's not something that survivors have had. Is that your experience?
Well, my experience was that I was on a Church of England committee hoping to create a conference for survivors, and I was thrown off it because I felt sorry for 3 separate women up and down the country in different dioceses who were looking for help. Anne kindly and Max has stepped in and have really helped me sort of move forward and to look and tackle these issues with establishments who clearly have a difficulty in dealing with people who've got a story of truth.
And do you think there's more to this story? Do you think there's more to be uncovered here?
I think there's far more. I think there's a lot of people in established positions who've been to wealthy private schools. There's an issue of commerce, there's insurance, there's all sorts of issues. We need space for grace where people can articulate these things, and also to hear the issues as to why a lot of these establishments have a difficulty in actually addressing the issue of the Christ that they purport to follow.
Anne, if I can ask you, one of the slogans that's come out of today's conference, if you like, is action, not words. What does that mean? What do you want to see happen?
Exactly. We've had the Pope's apology in Ireland, the Pope's apology in Australia. We've had Archbishop Vincent Nichols and the Congregation of Bishops in England and Wales apologising for clergy abuse in the Catholic Church. What we haven't had is any action, any resources, any support or any redress from the Catholic Church acknowledging the thousands of children in this country and the tens of thousands of children around the world who have been abused.
Anne Lawrence and Julian Whiting, thank you very much. Well, we'll see how this plays out when the Pope reaches this country at the end of this week. Back to you.
Dominic Hughes there. Now, in a few moments, we'll be joined by viewers on BBC One when Riz Lateef will have all the latest news and sport for you. In the meantime, if you're away from the television and you want to keep up to date, just a quick reminder that you can now watch BBC News live on the web. Just go to bbc.co.uk/news and click on the link. Remembering the 9/11 attacks. As America mourns, President Obama appeals for religious tolerance.
We are not and never will be at war with Islam. It was not a religion that attacked us that September day. It was Al-Qaeda.
No apology from the taxman over 6 million mistakes, but the revenue says repayment doesn't have to be taxing.
What a ball from Scholes! Berbatov!
And no Rooney, but the goals keep flowing for Manchester United. Hello and good afternoon. President Obama has called for religious tolerance as America commemorates the September the 11th terror attacks. The row over the sighting of an Islamic centre near Ground Zero in New York was put to one side this afternoon as the country mourned its dead. But demonstrations both in favour of and against the centre are planned later today. Laura Trevelyan is in New York for us now. Laura.
Well, this is a solemn day when the city pauses to reflect on that Al-Qaeda attack which came out of a clear blue sky and changed so much. On a bright blue morning, just like the one 9 years ago, a moment of silence. Then a bell, marking the minute the first plane struck the World Trade Center. Those gathered contemplate what happened that day. Then the ritual.
Timothy Paul Gilbert.
Paul Stewart Gilby.
reading out the names of those who perished.
Mark Y. Giles.
Evan Hunter Gillette.
And my